Bakhmut, despite rumors of an imminent retreat from the besieged city that has endured a 9-month assault. During his evening address on Monday, President Zelensky said he had met senior generals where they indicated their support for continuing the defense.
Сьогодні на ставці я прямо поставив питання і командувачу Хортиці генералу Сирському, і главкому Залужному про те, якою вони бачать далі оборонну операцію на Бахмутському напрямку. Чи відійти, чи продовжувати оборону і посилюватися в місті. Обидва генерали відповіли не відходити і посилюватися. Ця позиція була одноголосно підтримана ставкою.
According to the Ukrainian defense minister, 500 Russian soldiers are dying there every day. But civilians are also being hit. People in the town of Orikhiv, very close to the front, are also under constant threat. Despite the rumors, Ukrainian military leaders have expressed determination to hold on to Bakhmut. As Russian forces encroach on the devastated eastern city they have sought capture for 6 months, at the cost of thousands of lives. Meanwhile, Chinese Foreign Minister has stated that the Ukraine crisis seems to be driven by an invisible hand, pushing for the protraction and escalation of the conflict. Mr. Kim, who spoke at the press conference, said the invisible hand is using the Ukraine crisis to serve certain geopolitical agendas, while calling for dialogue to begin as soon as possible. China's position on the Ukraine war has come under renewed scrutiny in recent weeks, amid its deepening relationship with Moscow, and concern in Western capitals that it cannot be an honest broker in any potential peace talks when it has refused to name Russia as the aggressor in the conflict. China's foreign minister stressed that Beijing has not provided weapons to either side of Ukraine's conflict, amid comments from the United States officials on unspecified consequences for China should it send lethal aid to Russia badly to get along. Recall that Russia sent its troops into Ukraine on the 24th of February last year in what it called a special military operation. The conflict has left Ukrainian cities in ruin, sent millions fleeing abroad, and undermined the global economy.
Let's talk about the ongoing war in Ukraine. Joining me live via Zoom is a foreign affairs analyst, Kelechi Decca. Thank you so much for joining us on World Now. What do you think is the reaction of the Ukrainian government and military to this killing, and what actions are they taking in response?
Yep, hello.
Can you hear me, Mr. Decca?
Okay, first and foremost, it's a bit, for when they hear people are committing crime during the killing of people, but, for the fact that the international community, the world body came together and said that even if two sides are in a war, there are certain things you cannot do. And when we talk about the war crimes, we are talking about what are known as the core international crimes during a war. One thing we have to understand about the Russian-Ukrainian war is that these are two countries that are among the top 10 countries in the world with more tech-savvy individuals or citizens than any other. They are among the top 10 when it comes to people who are tech-savvy, people who can, generate images, generate everything. So the level of propaganda in this level as the amount of weapons that have been utilized to fight this war. So these are some of the issues that both the International Criminal Court and the global community need to take into consideration when they are looking into issues that have to do with war crimes in this war. Because as of presently, Ukraine has claimed that there are 65,000 war crimes committed in the war already.
Absolutely.
So
let me quickly,
that need to be
because of our time,
investigated.
Because of our time, let me quickly ask you this question before I let you go. China said the Ukraine crisis seems to be driven by an invisible hand pushing for the protraction and escalation of the conflict. Who could be responsible, and what will it take to end the war in Ukraine?
Yeah, if you go through the peace negotiation document that China prepared, which the United States and NATO said that they don't accept. China is in hostility with the United States. It's in an open hostility, which everybody knows. And China is presently fighting a technology and trade war with the United States. And as long as China keep on hobnobbing with Moscow, the relationship with United States and the West will keep on, getting on the negative side.
Right.
So China is accusing the U.S. of being the invisible hand in that war.
Well, we'll see how that continues to, play out at the end of the day. Thank you very much for your keenness of insight, foreign affairs analyst Kelechi Decca. Thank you so much. Talking about the U.S., the Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has reaffirmed the U.S.-Iraq strategy.